clarification before we move on? Have you all understood? Have you all understood? Going into chat GPT, all understood? Just press 1 if you have, if everything is clear before we could just get thumb also. Yeah, I understand. Thank you. Professors, please feel free if you do not understand.
Thank you for the answer, but kindly show us this option.
I'm just sharing my email ID. If you want, you can take it up. You to contact me if you need further any assistance technically. The entire text is being copied. So I have copied the article. Now look at, sorry. Look at here. The article with different wording. Okay, wordings. Now you paste the article. See, I have pasted my article. Complete article is being used. Okay, am I clear to you, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Turn it in. Turn it in. Perfect software. Turn it. Some tools. Number 1, turn it in. I told you, no, turn it in is the number 1. Turn it in is the number 1 tool. Furthermore tool. Okay, you get the suggestions. You will have the suggestions further. Yeah. Any other queries, dear professors? If you want to ask, you are most welcome to open your mic. And
actually, for the same question, you asked to reframe the words, right?
Yeah.
But still,
I wouldn't recommend, madam, because used for public, it's some.
No, yes, sir. Yes, a little more. So
you will not find it elsewhere. Because it and give it to others. No, certainly.
Please,
yes,
sir.
please. Yes, please.
So whenever we are generating content, there is an option.
All that are stored. Automatically, it is saved, madam. Automatically, you need not save. Yeah. You need not save. The thing is that if you want to copy and use it, see here, there is an option to copy. You can give thumbs down or thumbs up if you find perfect answer. So that
Right,
you know you're next time. Yeah.
Right, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think.
Sir.
Thank you, madam. I think I have crossed that limit. Today's lecture. Shall I move it?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, because you have been very much enthusiastic. I appreciate
Thank you,
patience
sir.
for joining Chat GPT. If you have any clarification or if you are stuck up, if you would like to have any technical assistance, you are most welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you.
Today is our last day of our one. Let us start the day 6 program. Dear participants, it is an absolute pleasure to extend my heartfelt greetings on behalf of our Department of Business Administration of Ayanada Janaki Ammal College, Sivagasi program. I express my great. He diplomatically designed each and every day Nagar.
Since till now you are attending a practical chat GPT session, I thought we shall start with a small activity. To say, typically this has this particular moment. You can just...
Madam.
How is it I'm feeling right now at the moment? Curious. Now, from this wheel, you have already identified, you have named your emotion. Then what we do, we will try to understand the causes. What is making you feel so? What are the concepts? Very, very simple. Just start by identifying the basic emotions. They might be feeling confident, they might be feeling worthless. Yes. Okay? So to understand your emotions, let's get into one more activity. Just to refresh your minds, that's it. Then we can get into the theory part. Probably like, then there are such things. No creativity, no innovation, no doing special things. Or you would have done some kind of, say, some arts, crafts, or simple. You would have put a new recipe or decorated your home, or you would have solved an issue. So when people immediately put you down, they say so. People just put you down when they tell you such kind of things, negative things. So just describe with one adjective what suits your emotion during that time. What is your feeling during that time? You can unmute yourselves, you can please speak, or you can just type it. Correct. We have so many emotions. W service, he says, it isn't, it is only our feeling. Okay.
Because most
Kind of topic. Chinese handcuffs. So anybody, have you seen this? If your fingers are trapped like this, what will you do? What is right? So yes, I know now. It is out now. We discussed just about feelings and emotions. Yes. Let us get into the concept of EI now. Emotional intelligence. This term was first coined by psychologists Mayer and Salovey in 1990. So almost 33 years back. Then you would have heard of intelligence, why it can matter more than IQ. This was published in this book. Now, can anybody define what what is EI? Emotion myself, is that enough? No. All it as, I have a very good particular person, he or she think abstractly, what is their verbal reasoning, what is his or her working speed, processing speed, right? Under IQ. And now we also
Q. Important, ma'am.
important EQ or IQ. I'll just take the background of our educational system. Any language of EQ, this is something like disastrous, right? Among the right, so we would definitely see more. IQ makes up only about 20. Say you are 80 years old or 58 years old. Uh, right, as we rightly discussed, a person definitely needs both IQ and EQ to develop it of make the students more confident, make them content. Through development of, in simple words, you are using your. I repeat, EI means you are using your emotional satisfaction increases. How? Now, in your career by improving your communication skills, your teamwork skills, you to deal with say successfully, and it increases your motivational levels as well. One can focus better. EI, it can help you to focus, allows you to tap into your emotions. You can use them to fuel your imagination. More open to new ideas, new perspectives. Take water, then them in a way that is supportive. For example,
do not light pass through them are called wood stone easy va சொல்லி தரவா
healthy way. Wondered why do people with the best education, schooling, or all their education in foreign itself, abroad itself, and they have the good knowledge, but they often witness average or even mediocre.
the intellectual part, but they'll be lacking interpersonal skills and the emotional well-being.
These normal people have enabled them to influence others, so they go on to become great leaders and managers. In court, it was a failure, it seems. But later on, now in business too, and we need to have a high EI. It helps you to navigate the workplace, lead, motivate others, and outshine in your career. After looking into EI, four important components differentiated by four components. Awareness means I am identifying my own emotions and how it affects ability to self-awareness. As I already, and this impacts our ability to develop other competencies as well. Here, as I told you, we are first and their own moods, their emotions, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are my feelings, my values, my needs, what motivates me, what are my motivational factors, and how and why, right? Even when I say I have the ability to be honest, assess my personal feelings. Very simple concept, self-awareness. And just speaking about self-awareness. I am keen about knowing my capabilities and perceptions. First, let me know about myself. Isn't awareness? Mm, they're say they try to demonstrate the ability or accurate self-appraisal of the traits of the individual. Okay, may also possess capacity to accurately perceive the situations, job or particular role if they want to take up, be done, and how it needs to be done. Then, self-aware people, they can next is the social. Under this context, how do we define EI? EI, emotional intelligence, it is the ability to perceive and right? Even if you don't express anything, or you say you just partially express about your feelings or attribute, isn't it, to the development of country? When we are speaking about this concept of social skills, these socially aware, I'm not speaking about self-awareness, individuals, they are empathetic. Yes. Shoes. Individuals, they are empathetic. Yes. Shoes. I can feel your distress. Whatever you are feeling, I am able to feel the same because I'm so convinced. Pick up on your emotional cues because I am socially aware. It's pressure situations, conflicts by showing empathy. They are considered as the good business leaders. They get parents, successful role models as well. Yeah, facial expressions, eye contact, tell coaches, mentors. These people, they can work or they can perform well in cross self management in so many situations, behaviors, hasty feelings, emotions, all these they can control. Experience numerous emotions. Not go away with try being a master of my own mind rather than being a hostage to what do I mean to say is taking control of us, right? So through self management, the better I manage my emotions, the better I do in they are adaptable, they are open to change, they suddenly do not panic when they face some kind of unexpected disruptions in their lives. Yes, they deal intention, they can exhibit productivity, right? They behave in a fair who follow morals. Then they even thoroughly focus on details. They try to even in adjusting their plans, behaviors, their approaches, right? Based on the specific circumstances, whatever they come across, they're flexible, they're adaptable, right? They can adjust anything, their behavior, their thoughts, their plans, their schedules, their approaches, everything they can change. Then, and individuals with a high level of EI, emotional intelligence, they also have a very strong value system, right? How we discussed about the code of ethics. See, because the values, whatever we have, it influences our behavior, right? Whether I'm speaking about integrity, honesty, respect, professionalism, reliability, anything. Okay. So, people with strong values, they consistently strive to do what they perceive adherence to ethical principles, because ethics, it includes a set of guidelines and it dictates how I conduct myself as an individual, right? How people act in moments of say temptation, stress, anger, opportunity. So everything is determined by our own ethical beliefs. I act only according to that, and I adhere according to that only. So ethics, they profoundly shape a person's integrity. It reflects their level of sincerity in their job or while they are performing. And within an organizational context, ethics means what is deemed right or wrong, what is acceptable, what is unacceptable inside an organization, right? And upholding ethics, it necessitates a high level of self management. Okay. Are we clear so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Sriranjani ma'am. Sriranjani ma'am, are you there?
Sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Ma'am, not audible. Sriranjani ma'am.
Sri Ranjani ma'am. Sri Ranjani ma'am. You are not audible, ma'am. Your voice is not audible, ma'am. Nagarajan sir.
Ma'am, not audible, ma'am. Voice is not.
Her mic is in mute actually. She needs to unmute herself.
Sir, call பண்ணி பாக்குறீங்களா சார் மேம்க்கு?
Ma'am, call பண்ணேன் ma'am. இந்த கால் பண்றேன் ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir. Sri Ranjani ma'am.
மகேஸ்வரி மேம் அவங்க மைக் மியூட்ல இருக்கு
ஓ
மேம்.
அப்படின்னா நம்ம பேசுறது கேட்கும்ல சார் அவங்களுக்கு?
கேட்கும் மேம்.
Participants, please wait. Ma'am will return back within a minute. Participants,
Okay, sir.
please
Okay,
wait.
sir.
Okay, ma'am will return in a second. She is checking
Okay, sir.
her connection. Please wait.
Sir, am I audible?
Audible, ma'am. Now audible, ma'am. Voice is so
Yes,
clear.
ma'am. Now it is audible, ma'am.
Very, very extremely sorry, participants. I just don't know. I lost my connection. Hope my slides are visible.
No problem, ma'am. No issue, ma'am. You can continue. Screen is visible, ma'am. Screen is visible.
Right. Thank you for your forbearance, tolerance. Thank you. Yes. Now let us see a crucial social skill, that is the fourth quadrant of EI, called relationship management. Now here it involves employing emotional understanding and how I interact with others. So this aspect of EI, emotional intelligence, it becomes prominently evident, say when I or you, we are interacting with people, and say how we are demonstrating or how we put our EI into practice. So mainly in relationship management, what comes, it encompasses the capacity to cultivate relationships, to say to establish rapport, to foster trust with people. So relationship management, you can call it as the culmination or conclusion of the other three dimensions what we saw. Okay, the self awareness, self management, social skills. Yeah. So these are the three dimensions of EI what we discussed till now. As I told you, the relationship skills are people skills. It is the ability of us, how do we get along with others? Whether say we are working in teams or even in our personal lives, how well I can get along with you or with other person. That is my people skills. Somebody was mentioning, I remember in the first slide while we were discussing, they told about the interpersonal skills. Yeah, interpersonal skills, social skills, people skills, human skills, everything means the same. Okay, soft skills. That's why I told you this is a very crucial soft skill or a social skill. Now, see, when we are speaking about the relationship management, say the effective relationship management, it just goes beyond just mere friendliness or I'm not just being nice towards others. Instead, I can tell you that it entails purposeful friendliness, right? Why is this? Because we are aiming to achieve specific outcomes inside the organization. This is the relationship management inside the organization. Now, social skills, what they encompass? They encompass the interaction of all the other components of EI, as I already mentioned earlier. Now, individuals who excel in self awareness, self regulation, they can effectively manage their own emotion. They can motivate themselves, right, to empathize with others. In this journey, what will happen as a result? They become good listeners, they become active listeners, and they become the reliable sources of support for others. Others will have trust in you, they believe in you. Yes, you are the right person with whom I can share my emotions. By understanding the needs of others, they are able to offer the assistance or aid, help, support, anything, whatever they need. Now, what are the traits of the people with good skills? What are their characteristics? What are their qualities? First of all, they need to be aware of their organization. It is called organizational awareness. When I am aware of my workplace, it entails a comprehensive understanding of what is happening at my workplace. What about the workplace politics? The interplay of dynamics about among my team members. Who are the key decision makers? What are the performance affecting issues? What about my organizational culture? Everything I'm aware of. So, with this awareness, it equips the individuals so that they have the ability, they can effectively navigate the complexities of whatever the organizational hierarchies they have. It definitely enables them to progress towards the higher levels within the organization. Then, uh, they also have service orientation. People with good soft skills, they try to possess a deep understanding of others' requirements, right? Usually, what is it they want? They need to satisfy their clients or customers. That is very, very important. In this way, what they'll try to do, they'll skillfully try to align their products or services with the specific needs of their clients or their customers, as I told you. And through this, they are trying to ensure their high levels of satisfaction. So they need to be organizationally aware. They also must have service orientation. Next thing, people with good skills, good relationship management skills, they must try to establish a rapport with others. We already discussed about this. They need to, they excel at establishing common ground, or they try to build a network that they can leverage whenever needed. That is very, very important. And with good social skills, they have the contacts. Whenever they need it, they can just get the job done at right time. Yes, through my networking, I know who are the experts who will do this work, this particular work, who can do data analysis, who can do software programming, everything I know. So through my social skills and social contacts, I can definitely get the job within no time. Right? That is the power of building rapport. And popularity, yes, they naturally draw people towards them, right? Because I'm a social person. People call themselves socialites, right? Nothing in a negative way, but we shall take it in a positive way. They naturally draw people towards them. Whenever assistance is needed, people look to them, right? Because they believe that these are the persons, they do not have any kind of hidden motives. There is no any kind of ulterior motives. So what will happen? This remarkable ability, I call it, social skills. They aid in building a strong support network, and this also propels them towards the achievement of their goals. That is more important. And they also possess, as I already mentioned, exceptional communication skills, right? It is very, very important, and it must be encompassing both verbal as well as non-verbal aspects. Why communication is important? Because they effectively prevent miscommunication, right? Because I have that communicational skills. I can articulate my ideas clearly. I can express them. Okay. What are my thoughts? What is it I'm thinking? What are my emotions? In a concise manner, in a logical manner, I can express my thoughts with you. That is very, very important in communication. So, relationship management, it is the most complex yet important part of our EQ, emotional quotient. And as I already told you, this is very, very essential for success in, say, both personal lives as well as our professional lives. Relationship management is very, very important. By developing these skills, relationship management skills, you can improve your ability to connect with others, you can build strong relationships, as well you can achieve your long-term goals also. Okay, after looking into these four quadrants of our EI, let us see. Yeah, there is a question for you, audience. So we all understood what are the quadrants, what are the components, how we must be with EI, what is the importance of EI, the concept of feelings, emotions, emotional intelligence, everything. I hope we are clear with that. Now please tell me, if there is no EI, right, in an individual, no EI, what happens? There is no emotional quotient in me at all. I'm a person like that. Now what will happen? Or if you just come across persons like that, they do not have emotional intelligence. They don't care about their emotions nor others. Now what will happen? What do you think? No emotional intelligence. What happens? It spoils relationships, very right? Correct, because I cannot understand my emotions or I cannot understand others' emotions. Then you can unmute yourselves. You can tell your points. If there is no EI, what will happen? Decline in performance. Very rightly said Venugopal sir. Yeah. DGS careers. Somebody told me that it spoils relationships. Correct.
Human will be treated like a
Then
machine.
right, because we don't recognize their emotions at all. Yeah, you're right, ma'am. Then if there is no EI, there is no emotional quotient at all, what will happen now? Anything else? Anybody?
Any type of emotion can be shown by a person, irrespective of thinking whether this is a right place to show the emotions or not.
Correct.
And it will make a total chaos in the environment,
Correct, ma'am.
whether it is a family or the public place or the office place.
Correct, ma'am. I do not know where to show my emotions or which kind of emotions should I be showing. What is my behavior? I do not know how to behave where. Correct, ma'am. Jyotsna, ma'am. Dr. Jyotsna, ma'am. Right. Then what else?
No empathy or sympathy will be in the person.
Right, ma'am. Correct. So all put together, I have just
can't able to maintain
sorry,
a
sir.
healthy relationship within the organization and the family too, both the
Correct.
professional and personal network.
Yes, personal and professional. Whatever you said is very right. So all these points put together, I have just mentioned it as four important points. No EI, what happens? Only the machine, the computer says that he has a high EQ, it seems. If you see this picture. No EI, what is happening? If you see these images, poor communication. They are the people with low EI, low emotional intelligence, low EI or no EI, right? So they often have difficulty in communicating effectively. As ma'am was telling, I don't know how to behave, I don't know how to put forth my emotions, with whom properly. Yes, I even don't know how to communicate properly. because I do not have proper EI, or I'm a person with low EI. So people with low EI, they may be unable to express their emotions in a clear way, or in a concise way, or they even sometimes they tend to misinterpret the emotions of others, and this is very, very dangerous, right? What will happen as a result? This can lead to misunderstandings, conflict situations, or even job loss. Yeah, because my communication skills are very ineffective. Happens. Difficulties in relationships. Somebody quoted this, very true. People with low EI often have difficulty, say, even forming the relationships or maintaining the healthy relationships. They may be like too quick to anger, or they may have difficulty understanding the needs of others. What is it my spouse needs? I do not know at all. Then how do I maintain this relationship? What is my friend interested in? I don't know. I just pull him or pull her to do whatever what interests me. That is not the thing. I do not have a proper EI, right? This can definitely lead to loneliness. My friend doesn't come back to me at all, right? Because I'm pressurizing her, pressurizing him to follow whatever I like or whatever my interests are. It leads to isolation, even depression as well. Career problems when coming to professional life, career problems. So people with low EI, they are less likely to be successful in their careers. Say maybe unable to manage stress, they cannot resolve conflicts, or they cannot even just motivate others. What will happen? This can lead to missed promotions, job loss, as already we discussed what happens with poor communication, or even it might lead to some kind of financial problems, health problems. Very, very important point. So, people with no emotional intelligence or very less emotional intelligence, they are more likely to experience health problems. Stress, anxiety, depression are all free. Okay, so they are all common in people with low EI, because I neither understand my emotions nor others. So all these things, health problems will come as a bonus for me, right? This will definitely lead to the serious physical health problems. It could be high BP, obesity. It can even suppress, you don't believe, it can even suppress your immune system. Can increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes. It can contribute to infertility. It can speed up your aging process. Yes, research has told this. So, uncontrolled stress can also impact your mental health, making you, say, vulnerable to anxiety, depression. Okay. Having said that, I know all of you have a simple yet mandatory question in your minds. That is, how to raise our EI, emotional intelligence, isn't it? How do we develop our emotional intelligence? Now we know the importance of EI. Now we know without EI what all problems will occur. So, how do we develop this? Participants, what do you think? How shall we develop our EI? How shall we develop our emotional quotient or emotional intelligence? How can we do that? Please put forth your
Being
idea.
empathetical.
Right, sir? Correctly said, Madhu, sir. Then what else can we do? Is that enough if we just be empathetical? What else? Please add a few more points. How can we raise our EI? How can we develop, enhance our emotional intelligence?
With proper
Ma'am, I think
communication.
mindfulness is
Sorry.
also mindfulness of taking care of our own job, but not indulging unwantedly in others' personal aspects. Carrying on institutional values, I think this will also take care.
Right, sir. Okay. Then Dr. Jyotsna ma'am, you wanted to share something, please?
Yeah. It's always better to talk to the person regarding certain issues, whatever I'm feeling or somebody else is feeling. Uh, I think then we will be able to regulate our emotions. Because
Correct.
in certain situation, we might get the solution of a problem, and this is more important rather than focusing only on the problem.
Correct. Then Diana Jyoti ma'am, she says by awareness, definitely. It is a very important component of our EI.
Raising self-awareness, ma'am.
Correct, sir.
By
Anything else?
problem solving skills, madam. By
Correct.
solving problems.
Yes. So many people, you have raised your hands.
Good evening, madam.
You can
Madam,
just unmute yourself.
yes. Am I audible to you, madam?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, madam. Actually, emotional intelligence begins from the respecting other people, madam. First of all, when you are working in an organization and someone is approaching you, or when you are having an opportunity to discuss with others, you have to listen to them, you have to respect them. From that moment onwards, that person will share some more ideas of himself or herself, so that it deals with something that you can start to understand him. You can also unify all the thoughts of people like this way, so that converting these ideas into workable one and make it into a functional process, because every organization has its own objectives. So in an ultimate idea, eventually you have to frame a system, and through that you have to attain the objectives of the organizations by utilizing the thoughts which shall be shared by the another persons or individuals in an organization. So the emotional intelligence, if you want to enhance or enrich or elevate the system of an emotional intelligence, first the respect has to be given, because you have to consider other people. That's the beginning. That's the fundamental. If you start to do this, it gives more opportunity for a mingleness. It gives more opportunity for a confluence. That's the beginning, and that's the process, madam. There is no end in emotional intelligence.
Correct, sir.
Because it is a continuous process.
Yes. From whatever you explained, Dr. Arvind sir, I also thought it gave me one word that we have to reach consensus as well inside an organization, isn't
Definitely,
it?
madam. Definitely, madam. First of all, we must inculcate a trait, which means we have to accept others. Because when we're speaking, somebody is listening. When we, as a manager or as a general manager, whatever may be the designation that one person is being designated in organizations, it is one responsibility that you must understand is when you are speaking, the other person are listening. When other persons are coming forward to share something else, it is the responsibilities of any individual who is having the designation like a manager or any other designations. First, listen to them. That's the predominant aspects required in the emotional intelligence, madam.
Correct.
I think I have taken a little bit of time, madam, but I have expressed my own opinion about the emotional intelligence.
No, whatever you said is definitely right, Dr. Arvind sir. That is the concept of active listening, whatever you told.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, madam. Yes, absolutely. Because you have to be very conscious and very listening. That is the respect that you have to give. And then only people will come forward and they will support yourself. People will come forward and they will share yourself. In this way, you can understand. Because emotional intelligence, one nutshell, because you are standing in the shoes of others. It is very difficult, but if you are standing in the shoes of others, only you can understand about others.
Yes, that is what is called as empathetic skills.
Yes, madam, of course. The empathy is a word is very easy, madam, but when we are implementing through actions and when you are implementing through the real approach, when you are mingling with the people, it carries some challenge. It embraces some challenges, madam. Through experience, it shall be overcome.
Correct, sir. Whatever we utter in words, whatever we present, it is not very easy to execute or implement. Very truly.
Yes.
Yes. And Diana Jyoti, she says,
Yeah, ma'am, one more thing. By creating and by doing some simulation activities also help to regulate the emotions.
Correct, ma'am. Correct. And I have it in my slide. I'll surely explain that also. So yeah, Diana Jyoti ma'am, she says by meditation, yeah, very good way to improve my emotional intelligence. Skills to learn, Meenu Soni ma'am says, right. And again, Diana Jyoti ma'am says we can enrich our emotional intelligence by meditation, definitely. Venugopal sir, he says improve knowledge base, then apply appropriately. Correct? Agreed? Yes.
One other thing is if one start building a networking and collaborative skills, probably they have a good engagement towards the organization as well as their family life too.
Correct, sir. Right, Dileepan sir. So, yes. EI to discuss with. It is a skill that can be learned and it can be improved. Say, as individuals, if you are struggling with low EI or no emotional intelligence at all, I don't understand what the concept is, right? Then how do I adapt? Yeah, many people have this question. So there are many resources available to help you to develop these skills. With time and effort, definitely you can improve your EI. You can reap the benefits both in your private and work life. First of all, expand your horizons. See, as individuals, don't just uh, stick to what you know or what you are comfortable with. I'm just being in my comfort zone. Please come out of it. Are try new things, meet new people from different backgrounds, different cultures, who have different viewpoints. Please meet them, speak with them. The more diverse your circle of friends is, and the more diverse your acquaintances are, the more well-rounded your outlook will be, and you just feel supported by your community, right? Then be open minded. Just be willing to consider different perspectives. Always don't argue, even if they're differing from your own perspectives. Please try to understand what is their perspective, what is their standpoint, what is their viewpoint, right? Then don't be afraid to challenge your thoughts and beliefs. From 20 years, I thought this was the case, but today I learned a new perspective. Please accept it. Weigh it, what is right, what is wrong. Then challenge your own thoughts, your own beliefs, change your behavior, change your mind. It is very, very important. Be curious, to ask questions, to seek out new information, right? The more you know, the more you will understand. What you will lose? You will understand people, you will understand the world around you. Simple, right? Be well read. That is very, very important. How many of us even flip the books today? Read books, articles, magazines, and it is very, very important for our profession, isn't it? Read essays on a variety of topics. Don't think I'm from a some other field, some other background. I'm a management guy or I'm a literature guy. Don't think so. If something interests you, please read it. Go ahead, read it. The more you read, the more you will learn about the world as well as the people in it. Right? Reduce stress. Bring your emotions into balance at your will. Learn how to manage stress and stay calm even under some pressure situations. Try to maintain your focus. Stay focused on the present moment. Avoid getting caught up in negative thoughts. Right? As teachers, as educators, build your EI. Increase your ability to connect emotionally with your students. Why not? Why don't we try this? Right? Not only with your students, but even with others, with whoever you deal with. Try to use non-verbal communication. That is also very, very important than verbal communication. Pay attention to the body language, to your body language and the facial expressions so that you can be better understood by your students. Express your emotions, don't suppress them, don't hide them, right? Use humor, use laughter, use play to lighten the mood and reduce the stress of yourselves as well as your class, right? Deal with confidence, have belief in you, believe in yourselves. You know what you are capable of, believe in your capability, right? You can handle any kind of challenging situations. Then additionally, to balance your emotions, try to identify your triggers. That means, see what are the things that tend to prompt your emotions or that tend to generate your emotions. Once you know these triggers, know your triggers, you can expand your strategies and you know how to manage them, right? Then take a break. Very simple. Say if you are feeling overwhelmed, please take a few minutes to step away from that particular situation, calm down, relax. Remember that Chinese trap puzzle, what we discussed, third activity? Yeah, that is the thing what you want to practice. Then talk to someone you trust. See, if you're struggling to manage your emotions, please talk to a friend, a family member, or a therapist who supports you, who helps you to come out of that particular negative emotions. Then, as somebody was telling me, practice relaxation techniques. Yes, it could be the deep breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, mindfulness. Yeah, sir was telling me mindfulness, positive self-talk is very important. I can do this. Yes, I know I can be number one, or I can achieve this, or I can come out of this situation. Always keep on telling to yourself, self-talk is very, very important for our growth. And try to reframe your negative thoughts. So all these emotional regulation techniques, they will improve your EQ. When we were discussing, yeah, somebody told me that active listening skills are very, very important. I guess Dr. Arvind sir, he told me that it enhances empathy, it enhances understanding when you are actively listening to somebody. Please practice attentive listening. Don't pass any judgments. Don't be just biased as you see a person. Leave all your perceptions. Try to enhance your empathy, right? Please view the things from their perspective also, others' perspective also. Try to paraphrase or summarize others' perspectives. Say when somebody is trying to tell you about a situation or their emotions or how they are feeling or what they are struggling with. Now, once they say and stop, you try to rephrase it, paraphrase it, and summarize. Is this what you are going on? A, B, C, D, E, whatever you understood. Then the person will think that you are genuinely interested in their emotion and experiences. So this definitely builds your rapport. This definitely strengthens your relationship with the other person. Provide training on effective conflict resolution strategies. So teach individuals how to manage, how to resolve conflicts constructively, or encourage them to openly communicate. Try to seek win-win solutions, right? When we are negotiating, always it is just a human tendency. We always think I win, you lose. That is not a proper strategy. Win-win. You also win, let me also win. We shall plan for such kind of strategies. That is what works in an organization or in our personal lives as well. Please understand the importance of emotional regulation and especially in conflict situations. Then engage individuals in empathy building exercises so that they can enhance their understanding of others' emotions. Dr. Jyotsna ma'am, she was telling me we can involve role playing, perspective taking activities. What is your perspective? I think from that. Or volunteering in your community service projects, role playing, as what ma'am was mentioning. Try to consider others' viewpoints, different standpoints, understand their emotions, right? What is underlying their behaviors. Then promote activities that enhance social awareness. It could be you can start from simple GDs, group discussions, team building exercises, or even cultural sensitivity training is very, very important because we need to learn about different cultures, different values, different viewpoints. Then only this will foster inclusive and empathetic interactions among people. Then integrate EI training into leadership development programs. So, please help the leaders understand the impact of EI on effective leadership. It could be building trust or motivating their teams or say managing emotions in high pressure situations. So, we need to integrate the EI training into these programs. Then, encourage individuals to seek feedback and continuously learn, right? Then only they can grow in their EI skills. Please provide opportunities for those to receive some kind of constructive feedback and some kind of support so that it helps in their development. Modeling and organizational support. Forward a culture that values EI, emotional intelligence. Encourage leaders, role models within the organization so that they can embody or they can demonstrate EI. Provide them the resources, provide them the training, support systems so that you can help those individuals. They can develop, they can apply their EI skills. Remember one thing, promoting EI is an ongoing process. Today, yes, I have understood your situation. Tomorrow, if you are going, say, undergoing something else, some other problem, no, the same strategy I'll apply, whatever I learned yesterday. No, this is an ongoing process. It requires practice. It requires patience, first of all, reinforcement, and an accommodating environment, right? Consistently integrating these strategies into personal development initiatives or say organizational practices, it will definitely contribute to a more emotionally intelligent and empathetic culture. Instruments to measure EI. This is an assessment which is inspired by Daniel Goleman's emotional intelligence framework. Many other EI models or various tools, tests, assessments, like you would have heard of Johari window, mood meter, emotional quotient inventory, EQI test, we call it as the 360 EQ assessment. All these are developed to just get acquainted with EI. And you can try, many of them are also available free of cost online. At any point of time in our lives, we can try it. Okay. So this is an EQ assessment questionnaire for your EI self-assessment. I will provide you this questionnaire. You all can try it yourselves later. And it is self-explanatory. I'll just brief about it. So as the instructions say, rate each statement below on a scale of 1 to 5. So 1 being underrepresented, 2 means it needs improvement, 3 is adequate, okay, 4 is good, 5 is being excellent. Try to answer each statement based on how well it reflects your typical thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. One small request, just try to be as honest and self-reflective as possible in your responses. First, it speaks about self. So, A, it is personal competence. It includes self-awareness, consisting of emotional awareness, self-assessment accuracy, and self-confidence. Then it has self-regulation, which speaks about self-control, trustworthiness, conscientiousness, adaptability, and level of innovativeness. Then it speaks about self-motivation. It incorporates achievement to drive, commitment, initiative, and optimism. So, it has 3 slides. Speaking about self, we have personal competence, self-regulation, and self-motivation. Now we have B, which speaks about social competence, right? As what we spoke about the 4 quadrants, right? Self we have 2, self-awareness and self-management. Social we have 2, social awareness and relationship management. Here, the social competence, it has social awareness with different headings. Empathy, it has a few questions, 3 questions. Service orientation, then developing others, leveraging diversity, political awareness. Each segment, each section, it has 3 or 4 questions. It tries to highlight about how are your emotions. Then social skills, it speaks about the influence, communication, leadership, and are you a change catalyst. Then continuation of these social skills, it speaks about what is your conflict management strategies, what are your building bonds, where do you stand, what about the collaboration, cooperation, and team capabilities, right? All the instructions are given here. This is a very detailed questionnaire and helps each one of us to know about our EQ, right, in all the discussed 4 quadrants. Kindly try it for our benefits, awareness, as well as for management. Yes. To sum up, a high level of self mastery and people skills, ability to put yourselves into the positions of others, that is empathy. With all these, EI, emotional intelligence, it is a prerequisite for holistic development. Agree? Right. Whether it is effective leadership across borders, or say inspiring others, or building strong relationships, or say personal well-being, everything is here under the umbrella of EI. Ultimately, this leads to a happier and healthier life. The higher you go, right, in positions, I'm speaking about your life, your personal life, or your professional life, the more EI matters, right? The more social competence matters. So 50% of job satisfaction, it is determined by the relationship an employee has with his or her boss. A research says 50% of job satisfaction is determined by the relationship he or she has with her boss, with their boss. So it is of utmost importance to always remember that EI can be developed at any stage of our lives. However, the first step is to engage in introspection and self reflection. Please try to understand why we hold specific viewpoints towards, say, specific inputs or towards specific stimuli. Then just alter these perspectives. For what purpose? Just for to have improved outcomes. Right? Then only you can witness true transformation which is occurring within you and outside the world as well, through you. Once individuals acknowledge that their own attitudes or their own thoughts and behaviors are hindering their success, what will happen? A gradual shift in thinking will take place. Right now, I know what are the negativities in me now, and they are hindering my success. Definitely, my thinking has to be changed. Right? My personality evolves from being vulnerable to certain situations to becoming resilient in all circumstances. Right? I can just bounce back from all the setbacks whatever I have come across. Then this makeover is what the world recognizes as possessing a well-rounded or pleasing personality, or you can call him or her being an all-rounder. So, developing EI, emotional intelligence, is a lifelong journey, and it is never too late. Never think it is too late to acquire new skills and enhance your EI, emotional intelligence. And yeah, that concludes my presentation, and we can take questions from the audience. Please. Yeah, thank you for all your positive compliments. Any questions or any concept that you have not understood, please you please feel free to ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, if you have any doubts, please clarify with ma'am.
May I ask a question, please?
Sorry, ma'am.
May I ask a question, please?
Please, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, many times what happens, we are able to handle the situation at workplace. Probably we have the emotional intelligence, but after that, many times the same episode or the same talks enter into our subconscious mind, and there is a repetition. So, how to handle this situation? Internally, how to handle the situation?
You mean to say same kind of conflict solution situations, or what, ma'am?
Ma'am, what happens sometimes in dream or sometimes in sleep, the same talks are repeating in the subconscious mind. In the subconscious mind.
Okay. So, ma'am, I have told you many techniques to be followed, right? To meditation, or what we practice, that Chinese puzzle, what it told. First of all, please calm down. Please relax before going to bed. So what happens is, we always, it is like a human tendency, we try to combine our personal lives with professional lives. That is very, very problematic. At home, what we will do, we'll be thinking
Right.
about our workplace, our organization, or our conflicts. What happened today? What happened in the bus stop? What happened when I went to a petrol bunk? What happened when, if at all some kind of disturbances are happening in our lives, definitely for a couple of days we'll be thinking about that. So these are the emotions. That's why I told you emotions will never go away from morning till night. Even when we are sleeping, we'll be having those emotions. The thing is, you need to just practice a few relaxation techniques just to calm down your mind, relax yourselves, come out of that stress, right? Leave the things, whatever has to be left in organization, leave it there. I know, ma'am, when I'm telling this, even after 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, we'll be working as faculties. We cannot leave it like that. It is very easy to tell this, but it is really a little difficult to implement in our own lives. But let us start doing it slowly, ma'am. So if we just practice these kind of techniques, we can just calm down our minds, and those negative emotions will not be hurting us or haunting us every day.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
It was a great session, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, like one more question is like earlier we are talking about organizational behavior, then it's move on to organizational development, and today and then to organizational change, and today we focus on organizational culture. So how come this empathy can play in an emotional intelligence, and how can we cultivate this empathy within the organization? Because that is what the greater lacking nowadays in the organization. When it comes to senior, junior, and not many problems is also over there.
Sir, that's what I told you. Like they will also train people inside the organization how to be culturally sensitive, because we'll be working. Say if I'm say for example, if I'm from Madurai or some part of a place, I cannot expect all my colleagues to be from Madurai, right? I tend to work with people. Say how many ever people are working with me in my department, 20 or 30 or 40 people. They all are from, first let us understand the fact, they all are from different diverse backgrounds, diverse cultures, isn't it? So we need to adjust with them. And organizations will also provide us the culturally sensitive trainings, how to understand. Even they'll train us on the soft skills. Many organizations, they have the soft skills training. There you will with the person who is not, because see, I'm feel. So what works with me does not. You can just put a schedule for you with who just came up with I was just looking into an article.
To start up like EA solution.
Till now, till date, since we are humans, only we are dealing with emotions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Shekran sir, Janakyamal College, Sivakasi, to give.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Suranjan ma'am, for your wonderful eye-opening in the 4 quadrants about self-awareness. I am grateful to all the resource person, Ramachandra Ganesh, who said about how we can become an impressive teacher. And again, we have transactional analysis and how we have to alter from the various ego states. And we had Ramachandran sir on, and we had yesterday we had the program by Vimal because of the technical flaws, and they have allowed us for a few more online programs like this, and I hope all of you will join and patronize in the future also. Thank you, participants. Let us start.
First, I thank our management and our principal. Thank you. And I thank our head of the department, Dr. M. Rajasegaran, for his constant support to organize this program. Thank you, sir. And next, I thank our Nani Bangalore. When there is a high percentage of emotional intelligence in teachers. Ma'am, our session will be with you, ma'am. Secretaries are a wonderful program organizing a big task. But our organizing secretaries handled this program in a wonderful way and attracted a huge number of participants. Thank our participants from various colleges.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, please fill up the attendance certificate, but everyone will get your certificate within a week. Please fill up the attendance form. Thank you. Thank you so much for your participation.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the participants. Your time and contributions are amazing. Secretary and assistant professor of department insights gained from this event will be of. See, there is not even one participant has left. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Good night, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.